Welcome to the English Lab podcast, where real conversations help you move beyond basic English.
I'm Grace.
And I'm James. Today, we're talking about that moment when a demanding week finally ends, but your mind hasn't received the message yet.
You're home. Your shoes are off. Technically, you're resting.
But mentally, you're still answering emails, solving problems, and remembering things you forgot to do 3 days ago.
Exactly. In this episode, we'll explore how to talk about exhaustion, pressure, recovery, and rest using more precise, natural English.
You'll hear 7 B1 to B2 expressions in our conversation. Later, we'll examine them more closely in the word lab.
And here's a question for you. After a difficult week, what helps you decompress?
Is it silence, music, food, a long walk, or turning off your phone and pretending it doesn't exist?
That last option sounds suspiciously personal.
I prefer to call it research.
I think I left all my energy at the hospital.
All of it? Should I call the lost and found department?
Very funny. I'm serious, James. I feel completely depleted.
Depleted. So, we're not talking about ordinary tiredness.
Not even close. When you're tired, a good night's sleep may be enough. When you feel depleted, even deciding what to eat feels like an ambitious project.
Then I have excellent news. I've already made tea.
You may remain my husband.
What a relief. I was starting to worry.
So, how was your week at the observatory?
Busy. We had 2 late nights, 1 equipment problem, and a computer that chose the worst possible moment to stop cooperating.
Computers have a talent for dramatic timing.
They really do. On Wednesday night, everything was ready. The sky was clear, the telescope was positioned, and then the system froze.
Oh no.
I stared at the screen for a full minute, hoping it would feel ashamed and start working again.
Did it?
Of course not. Technology responds poorly to emotional pressure.
Apparently, so do people.
True. What about you? You sound more than tired tonight.
I am. The hospital was unusually busy, and one of my colleagues was away, so I covered part of her schedule. Then I agreed to help with an extra report.
Grace,
I know.
you overextended yourself again.
I did. To overextend yourself means to take on more work, responsibility, or emotional pressure than you can comfortably manage.
In other words, you said yes when your schedule was already shouting no.
That is painfully accurate. At the time, every individual request seemed manageable. 1 extra appointment, 1 report, 1 favor. But by Friday, all those small commitments had become one enormous weight.
That happens so easily. Nothing looks overwhelming by itself, but then everything arrives at the same time.
Exactly. And being overextended is not only about having a long list of tasks. Sometimes it means being emotionally available to too many people for too long.
Listening, helping, solving, reassuring.
Yes, those things matter, but they also require energy. By the end of the day, I had almost nothing left.
So, depleted describes the result, and overextended helps explain the cause.
Perfect. I felt depleted because I had overextended myself.
That sentence should be printed on a card and placed next to your calendar.
Only if we put another card next to your telescope. Going home before midnight is allowed.
Fair point. We may both need adult supervision.
Fortunately, we have Nikki and Ethan. Teenagers are always delighted to supervise their parents.
Especially when they can provide detailed criticism.
Naturally.
So, what did you do when you finally left the hospital today?
Honestly, I sat in the car for 5 minutes before driving home.
In silence?
Complete silence. I didn't check my phone. I didn't turn on music. I just sat there and let the day end.
That sounds like the beginning of decompressing.
It was. To decompress means to gradually relax after a period of stress, pressure, or intense activity. It's different from instantly feeling relaxed.
Because relaxation doesn't always happen the moment work stops.
Exactly. Your body may leave the workplace before your mind does. Sometimes you need a transition, a quiet drive, a shower, comfortable clothes, or a short walk.
My transition usually begins when I take off my shoes, and Julie immediately brings me something she should not have.
What was it today?
One of my socks.
At least it belonged to you.
That is an alarmingly low standard, but yes.
Julie has her own decompression routine. It involves stealing something and running through the house.
She doesn't decompress, she transfers her energy to everyone else.
Maybe that explains why we're depleted.
Mystery solved.
Joking aside, I think small rituals help. When I come home, I change my clothes, wash my face, and put my phone somewhere I can't see it.
The last part is important.
Very. If my phone is beside me, a part of my attention remains attached to it. Even when it is silent, I'm waiting for it to light up.
I understand. Sometimes I put my phone down, but my mind continues checking imaginary notifications.
That's because the phone is not the only problem. You may also have mental clutter.
Mental clutter sounds like a desk covered in papers, except the desk is your brain.
That's a good description. Mental clutter means having too many thoughts, worries, reminders, decisions, or unfinished tasks competing for your attention.
Like having 20 tabs open in your mind.
And one of them is playing music, but you can't find it.
That sounds less like a metaphor and more like my actual laptop.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I appreciate your restraint.
What creates the most mental clutter for you?
Unfinished tasks. If I know I need to send an email, book an appointment, or fix something, the thought keeps returning. It waits until I am finally comfortable and then says, "Hello, remember me?"
Mine comes from decisions. What needs to happen tomorrow? What can wait? Did I forget anything important? My mind keeps trying to organize the future when I'm supposed to be resting in the present.
How do you clear it?
I write things down. Not a perfect plan, just a short list. Once the thought is on paper, my brain doesn't have to hold it so tightly.
I do something similar. I tell myself, "This has been recorded. You do not need to solve it tonight."
That's helpful. Rest becomes difficult when we treat every thought as an emergency.
Especially the thought that we need toothpaste.
Why does toothpaste always become urgent at 11:30 at night?
It has a strong sense of drama.
Put it on the list.
Already done.
Good. Once some of the mental clutter is gone, we can begin to replenish our energy.
Replenish. That's a lovely word.
It is. To replenish means to restore or refill something that has been reduced or used up. We can replenish our energy, strength, patience, or even supplies.
So the tea is replenishing our energy?
The tea is helping, but I think the quiet is doing most of the work.
I agree. Quiet can feel empty when you are energetic, but after a demanding week, it can feel generous.
That is beautifully said.
Thank you. I occasionally produce a useful sentence.
We should write down the dates.
I made you tea.
And that has been noted in your favor.
What else replenishes you?
A slow walk, a warm shower, cooking when I have enough time to enjoy it, talking to someone who doesn't need me to solve anything.
That last one is important. Sometimes the most replenishing conversation is one where nobody is trying to fix your life.
Exactly. You can simply say, "This week was difficult," and the other person says, "I understand."
No five-step plan, no motivational speech.
No sentence beginning with, "What you should do is."
Those sentences are rarely as helpful as people think.
What replenishes you?
Looking at the sky when I'm not working.
Explain the difference.
At work, I observe the sky with a purpose. I measure, compare, record, and analyze. At home, I can look up without needing an answer. I can simply notice what is there.
So you can enjoy the sky instead of studying it.
Exactly, I can savor it.
To savor something means to enjoy it slowly and fully, paying attention instead of rushing through it.
You can savor a meal, a cup of coffee, a conversation, a piece of music, or a peaceful moment.
I like that savor is more intentional than enjoy. If I enjoy my tea, I like it. If I savor my tea, I slow down and notice the warmth, the taste, and the moment around it.
Are you savoring this tea?
I was until you began interviewing me about it.
My apologies. Please continue.
Thank you.
I think we rush through pleasant things because we are already thinking about what comes next.
That's true. We finish dinner while planning tomorrow. We take a walk while checking messages. We listen to music while answering emails.
And then we wonder why none of those activities felt restful.
Savoring requires presence. You have to allow one experience to be enough for a moment,
That sounds simple, but it can be surprisingly difficult.
especially when you have mental clutter.
Everything connects.
It does. First, you recognize that you feel depleted. Then, you notice whether you have overextended yourself. You give yourself time to decompress, clear some mental clutter, and choose something that replenishes you.
And once you find that peaceful thing, you savor it.
Exactly.
Which brings us to our final word, linger.
To linger means to remain somewhere a little longer, often because you are enjoying the place, the conversation, or the feeling.
You can linger over dinner, linger in a cafe, or linger after everyone else has left.
Sometimes, after a good meal, nobody wants to stand up immediately. The conversation continues, the cups stay on the table, and everyone lingers for a while.
That is one of my favorite kinds of evening.
Mine too. There is no rush to move on to the next thing.
Do you remember that little cafe we found on our anniversary trip?
The one with the tiny tables and the enormous slices of cake?
That's the one.
We lingered over coffee for almost 2 hours.
Mainly because it was raining.
The rain gave us an excuse. We would have stayed anyway.
True. The coffee was good, the cake was unreasonable, and the company was excellent.
Very polished, Mr. Bright.
I've been practicing.
Linger can also describe something that remains after the original moment has ended. For example, a smell can linger in a room.
Or a feeling can linger after a conversation.
Yes, you might say, a sense of peace lingered after the walk.
Hopefully that is what happens tonight.
I think it already is.
Should we take our tea outside?
In a minute, I want to linger here a little longer.
No plans, no pressure?
No plans, no pressure.
Welcome to the Word Lab. We heard 7 expressions in our conversation. Now, let's examine how to use them accurately and naturally.
We'll look at meaning, common sentence patterns, and examples you could use in real life. Our first word is depleted. Depleted means greatly reduced or almost completely used up.
When we use it to describe a person, it usually means that their physical, mental, or emotional energy is almost gone.
The most natural pattern is feel depleted. For example, after the conference, I felt completely depleted.
You can make the meaning more specific: physically depleted, mentally depleted, or emotionally depleted.
Compare these sentences. I'm tired is general. I feel depleted communicates a deeper level of exhaustion.
Here's a mini conversation. Would you like to go out tonight?
Not tonight. This week has left me feeling depleted.
Notice that depleted is stronger than sleepy. A nap may help when you are sleepy, but feeling depleted often means you need real recovery. Our second word is overextended. If you are overextended, you have taken on more commitments, work, or financial responsibility than you can manage comfortably.
For today's topic, we are focusing on time and energy. The two most useful patterns are I feel overextended and I overextended myself.
For example, I overextended myself by accepting 3 new projects.
Or she feels overextended because everyone depends on her.
Can we say, my schedule is overextended?
People will understand, but my schedule is too full sounds more natural. We normally use overextended to describe a person, organization, or resources.
And a useful warning is, be careful not to overextend yourself.
In other words, don't promise more than your time and energy can provide. Our third word is decompress. In everyday conversation, decompress means to relax gradually after stress, work, or pressure.
A very natural sentence is, I need a few minutes to decompress.
You can also name the activity that helps. Music helps me decompress. I decompress by walking. She needs time to decompress after work.
Here's a mini conversation. Why are you so quiet?
I'm okay. I just need a little time to decompress.
That sentence establishes a healthy boundary without sounding rude.
Relax is more general. Decompress suggests that you are gradually releasing pressure that has built up.
Our fourth expression is mental clutter. Clutter means a collection of things that make a space untidy or difficult to use.
Mental clutter is the collection of thoughts, worries, reminders, and unfinished decisions that make your mind feel crowded.
Natural patterns include, I have too much mental clutter. I need to clear some mental clutter, and my mind feels cluttered.
For example, writing a list helps me clear some mental clutter before bed.
Or, I can't concentrate because my mind feels cluttered.
Mental clutter is not a formal medical term. It is a useful, everyday expression for the feeling of having too many thoughts competing for your attention. Our fifth word is replenish. Replenish means to restore, refill, or replace something that has been used.
We can replenish supplies, water, savings, strength, or energy.
For our topic, a very useful phrase is replenish my energy. For example, a quiet weekend helped replenish my energy.
You might also say, I need rest and good food to replenish my strength.
The adjective is replenishing. For example, it was a peaceful and replenishing weekend. However, in everyday speech, restorative or refreshing may sometimes sound more familiar.
And the past participle is replenished. After 2 days away, I felt replenished.
Replenish does not simply mean stop working. It emphasizes restoring something that has been reduced.
Our sixth word is savor, spelled S-A-V-O-R in American English. In British English, you will often see S-A-V-O-U-R.
To savor something means to enjoy it slowly, fully, and with attention.
You can savor food, a drink, music, a conversation, an achievement, or a moment.
Common patterns include savor the moment, savor every bite, and savor the experience.
For example, we sat quietly and savored the view.
Or, don't rush, take time to savor your coffee.
Enjoy means that something gives you pleasure. Savor adds the idea of slowing down and paying close attention to that pleasure.
Our final word is linger. Linger means to stay somewhere longer than necessary or expected, often because you do not want the experience to end.
Natural combinations include linger over coffee, linger after dinner, and linger for a few minutes.
For example, we lingered at the table after everyone else had finished eating.
Linger can also describe something that continues to exist. The smell of coffee lingered in the kitchen.
Or, a feeling of sadness lingered after the film.
Here's a mini conversation. Are you ready to leave?
Not yet. I'd like to linger a little longer.
And that completes today's Word Lab.
It's time for a quick challenge. We'll read a situation. Choose the best expression from today's episode.
Your choices are depleted, overextended, decompress, mental clutter, replenish, savor, and linger.
Number 1. Daniel accepted too many projects and now has no free time. He has himself.
The answer is overextended. Daniel has overextended himself. Number 2. After several difficult meetings, Priya had almost no emotional energy left. She felt.
The answer is depleted. She felt emotionally depleted. Number 3. Leo takes a quiet walk after work so he can gradually release the pressure of the day. The walk helps him.
The answer is decompress. The walk helps him decompress. Number 4. Maya cannot concentrate because she is thinking about appointments, messages, bills, and unfinished tasks. She has too much.
The answer is mental clutter. She has too much mental clutter. Number 5. A peaceful weekend helped restore Noah's energy. It helped his energy.
The answer is replenish. It helped replenish his energy. Number 6. Emma ate the dessert slowly because she wanted to fully enjoy every bite. She wanted to it.
The answer is savor. She wanted to savor it. Number 7. The conversation was so enjoyable that nobody wanted to leave the cafe. They decided to a little longer.
The answer is linger. They decided to linger a little longer.
How many did you get right?
If some were difficult, listen to the word lab again. Repetition is not failure. It is how unfamiliar language becomes familiar.
Before we finish, let's connect all 7 expressions in one short story.
After a demanding week, Grace felt depleted because she had overextended herself.
I needed time to decompress and clear some mental clutter.
A quiet evening, warm tea, and an honest conversation helped replenish her energy.
We slowed down to savor the moment.
And we decided to linger a little longer before moving on with the evening.
Now it's your turn. Complete this sentence in the comments. After a difficult week, I decompress by.
You can answer with one activity or write a complete sentence using one of today's expressions.
Remember, needing rest does not mean you are lazy. Sometimes it means you have been carrying more than your energy can comfortably hold.
Notice what depletes you. Be careful not to overextend yourself and make room for the things that replenish you.
Savor something small.
And if the moment feels peaceful, linger there for a little while.
Thank you for spending this time with us. I'm Grace.
And I'm James. You've been listening to the English Lab podcast.
Take care of your English.
And take care of yourself. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.